Good morning to my fellow women entrepreneurs. I am so excited to be here, and I would like you to give yourself a round of applause if you are a woman-owned business or entrepreneur or thinking about getting into business. Good for you. So I'm going to share quickly my entrepreneur story. In 1997, myself and two partners decided to open our own biotech company. We had a product that we were going to patent. None of us knew anything about manufacturing. We were finance people and accountants, but we had this great idea and a wonderful product. And we had worked in our previous position with the movers and shakers at the University of California, Irvine Infectious Disease Lab. So we developed a patented product that inactivated bacteria, fungus, and viruses. We had this great product. We had no idea how to manufacture it. And it was a struggle. In 1997, there wasn't a lot of women-owned biotech companies, right? I spent 2 years getting our product through the FDA, trying to explain to the FDA it wasn't a drug, it was an active matrix, a device. We won that, by the way, through just perseverance, and I think I wore down the FDA clearance person. We are now on a first-name basis. Thank you, Sam Arapali. I spent so much time with that FDA, they call it clearing products, that I went through a couple husbands, so my name kept changing. And that's a true story. He said, I thought you were Heather, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that was 10 years ago. So I still remember that to this day. Anyhow, I was in a field where there wasn't a lot of women going to Wall Street trying to get investors. And you can imagine some of the comments that you got from some very high-staked investors on Wall Street going in with two accountants and a finance person saying, we're going to manufacture this biotech company. So what I learned was perseverance. I learned to, when you have a setback, you have to get up and go again, always be moving forward. And this was a time when even someone like my father, who was very supportive of women, I have 3 sisters, was saying, don't do it. You have to be safe. Take the safe route. Stay where you are. You're doing well. But I had that entrepreneurial spirit that I wanted to do something for myself. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to be able to make the decisions in my pathway. So for women that are starting out, if you run into bumps in the road and you fail, failing in business, men do that all the time. We just have to get up and do it again. So don't take that as discouragement. Those are bumps in the road. You learn a lot from those mistakes. And when you are successful, what you can do is share your success with other women. And I have tried to do that my entire life. So we started out as this struggling little company, and actually we started in the bottom of a church basement. And last year, well, 2021, we were named the top biotech wound care company in the world. So it can be done, right? So I stand here before you today to speak about this topic, which is so near and dear to my heart, women-owned businesses. I think we are absolutely perfectly positioned to be CEOs of businesses. We multitask all the time. We can manage complex situations, and we are creative and we are resourceful because we have had to be. As you know, we are an integral part of our society, and the contributions to our economy cannot be understated by women in business. For far too long, and I remember those days, women have been marginalized in the business unit. They've been denied opportunities for financing, resources, and the support necessary to start and grow a successful business. But the tide has turned. You are all testament to that. And women-owned businesses today are on the rise, and the future is brighter than it ever has been. According to the National Association of Women Business Owners, there are more than 2.3 million women-owned businesses in the United States. That's amazing. Generating over 1.8 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars to our national economy. And it's time for us to recognize the potential of women-owned businesses and provide them with the support they need to be successful. And that's where this organization comes in. I'm on appropriations, as are some of the women here, legislators that I see, and we are all very supportive of this as a line item in the budget, so we will continue to strive to make sure that remains in the budget. This means providing access to funding, like we are here, resources, and mentorship programs. I think mentorship programs are really important. I know when I was starting out, there was nobody that I could call and say, geez, have you ever run into this situation? What happens when you had this issue with DEEP? Or how do you get international business? Those types of things were just not available at that time. And I'm so happy that they are now becoming more and more available here in the state of Connecticut and actually throughout the United States. We need to create a culture that celebrates and encourages women entrepreneurs, just like we're doing here today. It means advocating, all of you advocating for policies that promote gender equality and inclusion. And you are advocating by being here and seeing your legislators and asking them to support this line item in the budget. Studies have shown that companies with diverse leadership teams and workforce are more innovative, they're more intelligent, they're more profitable, and they can move with the times. Empowering women-owned businesses can not only create economic success for everyone, but it also economic drive and growth and competitiveness for our communities, our state, and our nation. As consumers and investors, we have the power to support women-owned businesses when you're thinking about making investments. Look and seek out those women-owned businesses. If you are in a position where you can invest in small women-owned businesses. We need to make a conscious effort to seek out and support these businesses so they can continue to thrive and grow and employ other women that may turn around and become one day their own entrepreneurs. And I think it's a very wise investment that the state of Connecticut is making in the fact that Fran and her team can touch so many women looking to start their own business here in the state of Connecticut or needing help with an existing business, how they expand. That kind of mentorship and guidance is invaluable when you are a woman trying to make your pathway in the business world. One of the most critical ways we can support women-owned businesses is creating these mentorship programs. They provide guidance, they provide wisdom and institutional knowledge sometimes that can help young female entrepreneurs. We can also encourage more women to enter the business world by promoting entrepreneurship and this mentorship. It's a sisterhood of businesses, and when we support each other, there's nothing that we cannot accomplish. So going out and mentoring an existing business or a new person in your district maybe that's starting a business is one of the most important things for that young, struggling entrepreneur, to have somebody who has said to you, I've been there, I'm empathetic, I know what you're going through, but you can do it. Because I'm sure all of you have experienced, there's times when you may question that decision, but you have to stick through it, and you have to have the fortitude that you have made a decision, it's a good business plan, you can make it work, and together with supporting each other, that is one of the most critical things that you can do. Especially at the time when maybe you're looking for financing and you can't find it, you need your receivables are a problem. Having somebody else who's been there and helping lend a hand can make it or break it for some businesses. So I encourage everyone to do that, and I have tried to continue to do that through my career. I think it's also important that we advocate for policies that promote gender equality and inclusion, equal pay, parental leave, and affordable childcare. I happen to represent one of the largest employers in the state of Connecticut, which is Electric Boat, and childcare is an issue. I remember when I had my children, we didn't even have the law that you had 12 weeks where you could take that time off and come back. And I had 2 young babies, a cesarean section, and had to be back at work in 6 weeks. And I am so glad that law has changed because that was really unbearable. And we have done things here in the state of Connecticut to try to promote more child care, being able to bring your child to work, working from home, having the flexibility that we all need to be able to grow our businesses and, if we choose, manage to have a family along with it. Finally, I think it's important that we all play a role in supporting women-owned businesses by making conscious decisions to purchase their products. Really important. There was 2 women that I met today right in the front here. Was it Something in Bones? Dogs and Bones? Leaps and Bones. They are entrepreneurs. I don't mean to single you out, but I am an animal lover. They have all this amazing stuff for dogs. When we support our local women-owned businesses by going to their store, by buying their products online, we're making a conscious decision to help them. We're making a conscious investment in women-owned businesses in the state of Connecticut. We're making a conscious decision to help women entrepreneurs, and I can't say how important that is. If it's your main street, if it's online, it's critical to the success of women, and it is the right thing to do, so I hope you'll all think about that when you go and buy your new dog products. I'm sorry if there's anybody else here with a dog business, but it's just something that we should do because it helps them create jobs, it helps boost the economy and more resilient communities locally. So my last parting words are women-owned businesses are essential contributors to our economy and our society. And by providing them and you with all the support you need to unlock your full potential and create a more prosperous and equitable future for yourself and for the next generation, that is the right thing to do. So I hope that we can all commit ourselves to empowering and celebrating women entrepreneurs today. And let's work together so that they can thrive and we can all reap the benefits of their wonderful ideas. So thank you for letting me speak to you today.